What is up? I can't believe it's finally here. Tugboat,
Bro,
so excited I forgot
did you
to introduce you.
honestly think we were gonna get to this day?
There were some dark days, and this was always like in the back of my mind where it was like, not football. Come on.
This might not happen. This
Yeah.
actually might not happen. I mean, for as much as you and I love baseball, I mean, there's nothing like football. There's nothing like the NFL. There's nothing like it.
Yeah, we've talked
So
about it too in the past where it's like we can sit down and watch the fucking Jaguars play against whoever,
mhm,
but I can't sit down and watch fucking Tigers and Marlins to save my life.
yeah, exactly. So we're here. Today's the day. We have the defending champs opening up against the Houston Texans, who the defending champs came back from a 24-0 deficit in the playoffs last year. So this is redemption for the Texans, if you ask me. This is
but it's
that-
not the same team. Not the same team.
minus DeAndre Hopkins. That's it.
Yeah, but there's a big fucking piece.
Okay. So let's just get straight into it. All right, tonight's game. Let's talk about tonight's game. For Mahomes, for the Chiefs, they're going to have 16,000 or 17,000 fans at Arrowhead. So, I mean, it's not the 60, 70,000 that they're used to.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be louder than most stadiums this year.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have those fans there. They're gonna have some kind of crowd there. So that's good for them. It's also good for the Texans, just to get you going. The crowd usually gets you going. But for Mahomes and the Chiefs, they're defending their title. They're raising the banner today. They already got their rings, but they're raising their banner at Arrowhead Stadium. First time in 50 years since they won the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a trap game? Could be. This spread looks unbelievable. 9.5 points.
9.5.
Bro. All right. So I'm going to give you the lowdown on the Texans right now. Mahomes and the Chiefs, they're good. They're going to do well.
Yeah, shit.
But here's where the Texans are going to surprise you here. So it's for tonight's game.
Mm-hmm.
There's no Brashad Breeland. That's the Chiefs' number one corner. He's out for 4 games. For PEDs, fucking cheater. So he's out. So the Texans' game plan has to be attack the outside. They have 2 of the fastest wide receivers in the NFL, in Will Fuller and Brandon Cooks. The big play potential for the Texans' offense is out of this world. I mean, in a second, Will Fuller gone in a second.
Okay,
Brandon Cooks gone.
I understand that.
Deshaun Watson loves throwing the ball downfield. He loves it.
Okay, but you can't rely on an offense of just big plays. You need to set yourself up for the big play.
Of course,
just like how the Chiefs do. And if they could, Patrick Mahomes could throw fucking 70 yards every play, but they set themselves up for it.
And to set themselves up for that, the Texans finally have a running back. They haven't had a good running back since Arian Foster.
Is David Johnson good anymore?
David Johnson was a Pro Bowler.
Oh, well, yeah, I know.
David Johnson hasn't been a Pro Bowler since he was injured. But even when he came back last year against with Arizona, he did well. He wasn't putting up, what he used to, but he still did well.
We need to remember that David Johnson was a legit 1,000 guy, 1,000 receiving, 1,000 rushing.
Yeah. So I think this brings his career back. In Arizona, being in Arizona without a quarterback, it sucked for him. He never really got that chance to show himself in the postseason. Yeah, he had Palmer that one year and Fitzgerald, but I mean, they ran into Aaron Rodgers. But either way, I think the Texans are a lot better team without DeAndre Hopkins than they are, without DeAndre and with David Johnson than they were with just DeAndre and no running back.
So this whole offseason, when people are making fun of Bill O'Brien, who's the head coach and now GM, for trading away essentially one of the best receivers in the game today, if not arguably one of the best receivers ever, for an aging running back who's been injured, and then goes and flips it for a guy who gets Brandon Cooks, who has been struggling with staying on the field because of concussion protocol, and just pretty much getting knocked out every other game. So you're telling me that's better than having DeAndre Hopkins?
Yes. I love. Okay, so I first started following Bill O'Brien when I saw the Texans on Hard Knocks a couple years ago.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And Bill O'Brien, he's that type of coach that doesn't give a fuck who you are, doesn't care what you can do. It doesn't care who you are, doesn't care how much money you make. All he cares about is what you put on the field on Sunday. Yeah. And obviously, DeAndre Hopkins put out fucking shit ton of everything on Sundays. I mean, Hopkins was great. But I feel like, I mean, there's two sides to every story. I feel like maybe, possibly Hopkins wasn't, maybe, I'm not going to say the hardest worker, but probably like, got a little big-headed and say, hey, you know what? I don't need to do this shit. Like, I'm sure he was very frustrated after they blew that 24-0 lead in the divisional round of the playoffs. So I'm sure maybe that has something to do with it. There was some kind of friction there between O'Brien and Hopkins that obviously forced them to make the trade. Because the Texans have money. They would have had the money to extend Hopkins if they wanted to. Instead, they chose to give it to Watson. And now he's the second highest paid quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
So, but I just think that people are sleeping on the Texans, and I think they can be a lot better than what everyone makes them seem. But there's a big if they can stay healthy, if Will Fuller can stay healthy, if Brandon Cooks can stay healthy, if David Johnson can stay healthy.
But see, don't you see the problem where Will Fuller, he's had his struggles on staying on the field. Brandon Cooks have struggled staying on the field. David Johnson the last few years have struggled to stay on the field. So you're surrounding this franchise quarterback with fucking pieces of glass everywhere, and you're expecting to make the whole season? I guarantee you one of these guys is going to go down. Then when he comes back, another one's going to go down. It's going to be one of those things where when they're all together on the field, the numbers are amazing. But it's just going to be, like you said, if they can get on the field, if they can stay on the field all together. If you tell me, and I'm an NFL coach, hey, you're going to have Brandon Cooks and Will Fuller as your receivers. Fucking amazing. I'll take that. And then you say, hey, you're going to have David Johnson in the backfield. Amazing. But the number one, in a perfect world, when there's no injuries, you're going to be winning some games. But that's not the case. Now you have to deal with injuries with those three guys, on top of dealing with potentially guys getting COVID, because it's going to happen. So now you're at the risk of just like so many variables, and the last thing you want is just to worry about brittle players and guys who just constantly get hurt. So it's going to be interesting. I like the team on paper, but Deshaun Watson's going to make some plays. He's going to extend plays and get Will Fuller open downfield, Brandon Cooks open downfield. You're going to see the screen passes to David Johnson that goes off for 50, maybe a touchdown. You're going to see all those things, and it's going to look pretty. But all it takes is one hit. One solid hit for Brandon Cooks, and he's back in the concussion protocol for like the fifth time in like 2 years, in a year or so.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. But I'm looking forward to the season. I'm just glad that we're here. I don't want to talk about, potentially guys getting COVID, like I mentioned. Like, that's the last thing I want to worry about.
Yeah.
Because it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. We just hope that it can be contained, because it happened with baseball and people fucking flipped out. Like, oh, that's it. Season's over. But luckily they were able to get this settled down. the interesting part is if a team does get it, like let's say, like for example, the MLB, the Marlins, fucking half the team got it, or the Cardinals, half the team. I'm gonna be interested to see if like 15 guys get it for an NFL team, and the majority of them are starters. Now you get the younger guys, the second string, third string guys moving up. Now you got to start pulling guys off the street. Now you got to start pulling guys.
I mean, you have a practice squad. You have a practice squad.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be it's gonna be crazy to see.
You got 53 guys on your roster. 53 guys.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a lot of guys.
Well, yeah, when you think about 11 guys are on offense, 11 guys are on defense,
yeah,
that's 22 guys. You still have double that amount to fill.
Reserve. Yeah. And then you have guys on your practice squad who were around you for training camp, know your offense, know your defense. They might not be as skilled as the guys who do go down. If they do go down, we better be knocking on wood, man. I am. But, those guys that do go down, yeah, so they might not be as skilled, but they're going to have to fill the void. They're going to have to fill these shoes because the NFL means business. The NFL doesn't care. They're not going to delay games. They're not going to stop games. They're not going to do it. They're not.
They're fucking letting fans in. They don't give a shit.
Yeah. The NFL, I mean, they mean business, and
they're protecting the shield.
Exactly. This one right here.
Fuck that shield. But it's bringing me entertainment, so I can't say that.
Yes. Oh man, I'm just so excited, dude. I'm so excited.
We haven't done this in a long time. We haven't been able to really talk about football. All about football, just nothing but football. So I kind of want to just go week one and kind of talk about what's going to happen week one, because week one you have some not just crazy storylines, but you have some games where it's like in a normal year that team's going to get their ass kicked. But this isn't a normal year. You have, fucking Tom Brady's not at the Patriots anymore. You have Cam Newton's not at the Panthers anymore. You have all these crazy things where it's like fucking. I just remember Diggs isn't even part of the Vikings anymore. Like the Bills are the hot team, the team that might be coming up. Like who knows? So week one, obviously tonight, Thursday, it starts with the Chiefs against the Texans. I'm going with the Chiefs just because it's Patrick Mahomes, it's Andy Reid, it's Tyreek Hill, Kelsey. This game might be 40-30. This game might go rack up some points because, like we mentioned, the other side, the Texans, they have some weapons too. But I'm sticking with the Chiefs. I don't know about you.
No, I think the Chiefs win this game, but I think the Texans compete.
Yes,
it's not going to be a blowout. It's going to be a really good, really tight, competitive game. Could come down to the last possession. Could come down to a field goal or two. I mean, it's going to be a good game.
And there's a bet that I was looking at. I think it was the Texans who are plus 1,200 to win the division, which to me seemed pretty big.
That's kind of steep. I mean, I would hammer that. To be honest,
that's what when I saw it, I was like, plus.
I mean, because you look at that division, they're in the AFC South. You have the Jacksonville Jaguars, who's not even close to competing this year, and then you have the Titans, who were the defending wild card winners.
But they struggled last year with the division teams. They kind of did.
They went all the way to the AFC Championship, though. Was that their peak? That's it?
Or is that just the beginning?
Yeah, we don't know.
They got Jadeveon Clowney.
And then you have the Colts. And the Colts, I mean, they probably got – I was going to say the best, but I forgot about Brady. The second best free agent quarterback on the market this year.
So the guy who throws fucking medicine balls around the field? That guy.
Hey.
All right.
Calm your ass.
We'll see.
The first ballot Hall of Famer.
What is it? God damn it. Or gosh
darn it.
Gosh darn it.
But anyways, the Colts who got, Phillip Rivers, and probably the best running back in the draft, and Jonathan Taylor. I mean, Rivers has been looking for an offensive line since the day the Chargers drafted him, or since the day the Chargers traded for him.
Mm-hmm.
he has not. I mean, it's been hit or miss. He has one of the best offensive lines in football this year. Quentin Nelson, Pro Bowler. I mean, it's unbelievable the line he has, the running backs he has. You know, T.Y. Hilton. I'm really excited about the Colts. I think they win the division, but the Texans are going to give them a run for their money. The Texans and the Colts are right there. I think Tennessee's one step below them, and then obviously Jacksonville's way the fuck down there. Yeah. But Texans and Colts, it's their division. That's the way I see it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so going back to week 1, we both got the Chiefs.
Yes.
To kick off, Sunday, and there's a lot of good. The first week is great. You got Packers and Vikings, Seahawks, Falcons, Jets, Bills, Bears, Lions. Like, you got some teams that are evenly matched going up against each other, which makes it very hard to bet because you just don't know who's going to win. But let's start off with the Browns and Ravens, because last year we saw the Browns upset the Ravens. No one thought it was going to happen.
Obviously, it was earlier in the year, and then you go on, fast forward to the playoffs. The Ravens get booted by the Titans. So week 1, Browns, Ravens. Mayfield another year under his belt. Lamar another year under his belt with his offense. New head coach for Mayfield.
For another year again.
Another year, another head coach, yeah.
Who do you got in this one?
I got the Ravens. It's a smart pick. It's the easy pick. I mean, I think Lamar Jackson's he's out to prove something. Lamar Jackson's out to prove that he's not just an MVP, that he's not just a running back I mean, he had a fucking great year last year, but he's not just an MVP. He is a winner. And I feel like he's out to prove that. And I feel like this year he's on a mission to take his Ravens to the top floor. But the defense is going to be a problem. I mean, the Ravens have a really good defense, but they lost their captain, their safety, and Earl Thomas. That is huge. So, again, I like the Ravens to win this game just because I'm not high on the Browns at all. I mean, they have weapons. Mm-hmm. How this new offensive coordinator, new head coach utilize these weapons is yet to be seen, because they have 2 Pro Bowl running backs in Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. That could potentially be a 2-headed monster. It's unbelievable. And then you have on the ends, you have Odell Beckham Jr., probably one of the best receivers in the league, and Jarvis Landry, the best number 2 receiver in the league. I mean, you got a tight end in the guy from Austin Hooper from Atlanta, from the Falcons. So,
and you still have they traded away Njoku.
No, Njoku's gone. Yeah, Njoku's gone. But those are 5 weapons that you have, and then Baker Mayfield's a weapon himself. So you have 5 very good offensive weapons. You have a decent offensive line. So it all depends on the head coach. I haven't seen what the Browns look like. Obviously, with no preseason, it's hard to see, some kind of reps with them. So I'm going to take the Ravens, safer pick, and maybe the Browns surprise some people and their offense starts going the way it should because of all the weapons that they have. But I like the Ravens.
Okay, so in this game, in a normal year, I'm definitely going to hammer the Ravens in this game, but not a normal year. I'm going to go with the Browns simply because all those things that you just mentioned, all those weapons that they have. Kevin Stefanski is their new head coach who came from Minnesota. He was the offensive coordinator there, and he was able to utilize Kirk Cousins the right way. He was able to utilize, Stephon Diggs and Rudolph and Thielen. So he was able to use all those weapons. Now you add on top of that, you got just as good as weapons, 2 great running backs to add on top of that. He's an offensive-minded coach. They're going to be running up the score. Not just that, but I'm worried that Lamar Jackson hasn't gotten enough reps for this season. Like, you look at any quarterback, and I've talked about this before. I personally think Lamar Jackson's a running back who could throw. And you look at any other quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, they can be sitting at home all fucking day and say, hey, week 1, they could pop up and still hit you right in the money. Lamar Jackson, on the other hand, he struggled with accuracy. He struggled with, getting the ball to his receivers when they weren't wide fucking open for some reason because they were so worried that he was going to take off and run.
Yeah.
So now, on top of that, there's a ton of film on Lamar Jackson. And the NFL, along with the MLB, those are two leagues that know how to utilize film and know how to utilize, scouting reports so well to the point where they eventually can figure out a game plan for you. And now with it being this third year that we've seen Lamar Jackson, there's a ton of film on him. There's a ton of film of how to stop him. There's a ton of film of what not to do because he's going to take off and just kill you with his legs.
So, not to be a homer or anything, but if you look back at Lamar Jackson's rookie year, yeah, he was a rookie, but you look at that first-round playoff game against the Chargers. What the Chargers defense did, they used 7 defensive backs, 4 down linemen, and 7 DBs. No linebackers.
You need speed to beat speed.
You need that speed, exactly. You need that speed. And do the Browns have that on defense?
Not just will they have it. You have Myles Garrett, who's fucking licking his chops because last year his season was cut short because of the most stupidest decision he's ever made in his life. So now he's chomping at the bit to get back on the field.
Mm-hmm.
So you have all these factors. I'm taking the Browns. I'm not hammering it, but I can honestly see with the way this season's been going, Lamar Jackson didn't have the reps of preseason, like actual live rounds, actual live reps. Whereas Baker Mayfield, same, but I still think he's a better thrower of the football than Lamar Jackson. So you got the Browns, or I got the Browns, you got the Ravens, Colts and Jags. I think this will be an easy one. Colts are going to win this.
That one.
We could definitely skip it. Next one, we got Raiders Panthers. This is an interesting because there's storylines of Panthers have finally moved away from the Cam Newton shadow. The Raiders are finally having another year with Gruden, another year with Carr to build that relationship to see what happens there. Not new stadium yet because they're playing. The Raiders aren't playing at home yet. Who do you got in this one?
The Panthers.
Really?
Yes. Teddy Bridgewater did a great job with some great offensive weapons in New Orleans last year. Great job. I feel like this year he's got probably the best offensive weapon in all of football in Christian McCaffrey, who you just give him the rock. Just give him the rock and let him do his thing. No matter what happens, he is going to hurt you. You can game plan. Stop McCaffrey, stop. You can put 11 in the box, and he will still find a way to beat you. Christian McCaffrey is unreal. I'm taking the Panthers. And I'm not high on Derek Carr. As many Raider fans are not high on Derek Carr. Raider fans know.
As Derek John Gruden wasn't high on Derek Carr.
And that's why he went out and he got Marcus Mariota. And he has Marcus Mariota sitting there licking his chops and saying, all right, Derek Carr, have one bad game. Two bad games. Oh, 3 bad games. That's it. I'm in.
So I got the
Mariota's Raiders.
I got the Raiders in this one. Just because if the game plan goes the way the Raiders want it to be, which is old school football, they're going to run the shit out of the ball. They're going to kill the clock. Teddy Bridgewater's not going to get enough time to showcase that talent that he had with the Saints because the Raiders are going to be kill. If the Raiders can dominate time of possession, which I think they will because they have a great running back that can just run people over. They're going to be able to control the football. Derek Carr is going to be able to make the correct plays because now you look at him, he's considered a veteran quarterback now. It's weird to say, just thinking back to a few years ago where it's like, oh man, this is, he was projected to be this great guy and this great, amazing quarterback. Maybe he fell short of that. He still has time to redeem himself, but I honestly think that the game plan for John Gruden is to run the ball, kill the clock, and just make sure he puts Derek Carr in the right situations. And so I think after a few years, he's going to be able to do it.
So to add on to that, we look at that great running back that the Raiders do have in Josh Jacobs.
Yes.
How did his season end last year?
Well, his shoulder was kind of fucked up.
Why?
Because he was fucking running the shit out of the ball.
Okay. Now, this is where it gets interesting for the Raiders. We're going to have to see if Josh Jacobs' maturity and just his awareness has gone up. Because we know you can run everybody over. We know you can do it. But you don't need to do it every fucking play.
Don't be afraid to run out of bounds.
Exactly. You got to limit yourself. You got to know what hits to take and what hits to not take. Look at Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott's probably one of the hardest runners in the league.
Derrick Henry fucking truck the shit out of you.
Derrick Henry, another hard runner. But they know. I mean,
they're in it for the long haul.
Derrick Henry knows he's going to get fucking leveled. And he can take the hit because he's the biggest fucking running back in the world. He can take the hit.
Yeah.
But he's smart. And he says, all right, I'm going to take this hit and I'm going to go down. I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to have another guy come in and hit me. I'm not going to have three guys come in and hit. I mean,
then you have a guy come in low and then you roll your ankle. And then
you may sound like a bitch saying, I'm not going to do it, but it's smart. It's smart. Ezekiel Elliott, Derrick Henry, those two guys, great runners, great hard runners. They run downhill. Josh Jacobs does the same thing. But Josh Jacobs likes to, he fights for those extra yards, which is a good thing. A good thing on third down, second down, third and fourth down. Yeah, you may need it. Okay. When you need a big play, do it. Yeah. But you cannot run like that every play. It's reckless. You're going to get hurt. And then your career is going to end up being cut short.
Yeah, I agree. But I think it's weird. But the injury that he had last year, I feel like it's a blessing in disguise because it's a slap in the face. Like, hey, you're not in high school anymore where you could just fucking flick people off of you. It's not college anymore where you can just run people over and just stomp all over their back while you're running. Yeah. This is the NFL. They're going to fight power with power. So if they see you running people over, they're going to find a guy to run your ass over.
Yeah.
So it's a good point. And I think with having that experience, I feel like he's going to realize like, oh, you know what? I can't do this for a full season because then, dropping my shoulder every fucking play. Now I can't do that anymore. So hopefully this was a blessing in disguise. And I really do hope that he could finish the season, not only because I have my fantasy team, but because I like seeing him run. I like seeing him play. He's one of those old school running backs. So it's like, you know what? Fuck you. Give me the ball. Just give me the ball and I'm going to get first down.
Yeah.
So you got Panthers so this is interesting. This hasn't happened in a while where we disagree on a lot of stuff. So next one, Eagles and the I almost said it. Eagles and the Washington football team. Still getting used to that.
Yeah.
Just like I'm barely getting used to calling the LA Chargers. Now you got to tell me that I can't call So Eagles and Washington. Who do you have? I have the Eagles.
Eagles.
For obvious reasons, because Washington has
Dwayne Haskins,
who's he's still like in his rookie year. It feels like.
Yeah.
I still don't feel like the
third-year rookie.
Yeah, like it's like it's so weird, right? Like
Ben Simmons.
It's weird. I don't see it yet. They have some weird question marks on offense and defense, so we'll see. But Eagles definitely going to pull this one. Dolphins and Patriots. Who do you have? This is a more interesting game than people think. This is going to be the first game. Cam Newton's coming back with a new team, new quarterback for Bill Belichick, new quarterback for the Patriot fans.
Patriots are missing like 7 guys.
Fucking half their defense. The Dolphins finished their season off strong with they have a really good head coach. From that Bill Belichick tree. And what's funny is a year ago, I'm over here making fun of him. But after a year goes by, I'm I'm all about it. Flores is great coach. I still got the Patriots though, because this is a coming out party for Cam Newton, and if anyone knows Cam Newton, he is built for showtime. He's built for, oh shit, everyone's looking at me. This is my time to shine.
Yeah.
When all eyes are on Cam, he shines. Except for that one time he didn't dive on the fumble.
Except for that Super Bowl.
Yeah, except for that time he didn't dive on the football. But other than that, I think Patriots are going to win this game. It's going to be a lot closer than people think, but no way, no how the Dolphins are going to fuck up this new marriage of Belichick and Newton.
So the Dolphins are interesting because obviously they drafted Tua Tagovailoa. He's supposed to be their guy. I think he's ready to be their guy. But again, no preseason games, no exposure to it. So they're going to go with Ryan Fitzpatrick to start the season, which is, again, not a terrible option. Fitzmagic is a real thing. And I feel like, okay, so the Patriots, they're missing guys, but they still have the best corner in the league. Ramsey, Gilmore, right there. But I think Gilmore's the best corner in the league. They have Gilmore there. He's going to be on Devontae Parker like white on rice. So what other weapon did the Dolphins have? Preston Williams? Not sold.
Greatest, yeah.
Mike Gesicki? Not sold. Matt Breida? Jordan Howard? Not sold. So I'm taking the Pats. I love Cam Newton. I hate that he went to New England. I was hoping he was coming to us, but I got to go with Cam. Cam and the Pats.
I like it. So next one, Bears and Lions. Again, another game where the storylines kind of just fit perfectly for them to play week one. Both teams had subpar seasons last year. The Bears had high expectations. Their quarterback situation was all fucked up.
Tell me why they're still starting Trubisky.
Because they drafted him over Mahomes. And people need to justify their job, and they can't bite the bullet and say, we fucked up. And they haven't bit it all the way. They haven't swallowed the pill yet, but they put the pill in their mouth by getting Nick Foles.
They got it under their tongue.
Yeah, they're holding it. They're holding it. And Bears fans are forcing them to swallow that pill and say, you know what, you fucked up. Let's just move on. But then you have the Lions. Matthew Stafford, a guy who can put up 4,000 yards a season easily, a guy who you look at him, he's a great quarterback. He's not a good quarterback. He's a great quarterback. And you look at just his career has always been shadowed by Aaron Rodgers. If Aaron Rodgers wasn't in that division, this would have been Stafford's division by far.
And Megatron didn't retire early.
And so he's had to deal with so many different obstacles in his way just to not have a fucking a good legit chance. Now you look at this year with Matt Patricia, who's his head coach for the past couple of years now. He's been able to wash out all the guys that either didn't like him or were just against everything that he was trying to preach. He was able to wash them out. Boom, get out of here. We don't need you then if you're not going to buy into the system. So now he has his guys. Now Matt Patricia has his group of players, has his quarterback back after fucking breaking his back pretty much. So then you have the Bears. The biggest thing in football is if you have two quarterbacks, you don't have a quarterback at all.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, everyone's banking on one of these fucking guys to hit. But then if it's not Trubisky who hits early, now you put yourself in a hole, which Nick Foles is notorious of trying to dig people out of holes. So he's the right guy. But this is an interesting situation for both teams. I don't know who do you got for this game?
I'm taking the Lions. I think their weapons outmatch the Bears' weapons. I mean, Kenny Golladay is a great number one receiver.
Mm-hmm.
And then the running backs for the Lions, You have Kerryon Johnson. You have DeAndre Swift, the rookie who they just drafted. And then you have Adrian Peterson, a veteran in that backfield who adds that veteran presence, that veteran knowledge to these younger guys like Kerryon and DeAndre. So I think Matt Stafford does what he does, handles his business. I think the Bears defense is still really good, especially Khalil Mack. But I think the Lions win this game just because Mitch Trubisky should not be in the NFL. He should not be starting this game. Should not be in the NFL. I got the Lions.
I like it. I got the Lions as well, simply because when it comes to the Bears and the teams that they struggle with are teams that have quarterbacks who can get rid of the ball early. Mm-hmm. And with Matthew Stafford, he can get rid of the ball early. And with the weapons that he has, he can get rid of the ball early. So, Khalil Mack and this defense that really puts pressure on the quarterback, they're not going to be really utilized well just because the simple fact that Stafford has weapons that will allow him to just get rid of the ball quickly and in a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think anyone is more notorious than Matthew Stafford of the fucking arm angles he has of throwing the football. He'll go over the top. He'll go sideways. He'll fucking go on. It doesn't matter. He has great weapons around him. He has great running back, great backup running back. When Adrian Peterson is your backup running back, I don't care if he's fucking 50 years old. It's a great backup running back.
Yeah.
So it's, and like I said, if Aaron Rodgers wasn't in this division, this would be Matthew Stafford's division. He's just right under him.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So definitely, I got the Lions as well.
But it hasn't been Aaron Rodgers' division in a while.
Excuse me. They went to the fucking championship. Well, I was gonna say Super Bowl, but they didn't get there. They were one game away from the Super Bowl.
But they win the division. This is Kirk Cousins' division.
And he's willing to die.
We're just living in it.
God.
That's my boy, man. Kirk is my boy.
Kirk. All right. Next one, Jets and Bills.
There's another obvious one, dude. The Jets are there.
The Jets have a quarterback.
They have a running back.
Do they?
Bro.
I'm saying,
come on.
They have a running.
You've seen him in action.
I'm saying they have a running back, but are they gonna use him? That's what I mean. It's come on, man. You got this fucking Ferrari ready to go, but you take the Honda instead.
Yeah.
It's or you take the Ferrari out for a little joyride when it wants to open up and just his fucking weird ass eyes, his coked out eyes.
Yeah.
I got the Bills.
Yeah, me too. I think the Bills are the best team in the AFC East.
I just want to see Diggs with that. Just run straight. Just go. Josh Allen's gonna fucking chuck it all the way. It's gonna be beautiful. Beautiful.
I like the Bills.
Okay, Seahawks, Falcons.
This is gonna be the best game of the weekend.
You think so? High scoring, low scoring, somewhere in the middle.
High scoring, fucking through the roof. Will be the best game of the weekend. Sucks at the 10 o'clock, but
yeah, no kidding. No.
These two offenses, man, they're good. People forget how good Matt Ryan can be.
Yeah.
People forget how good Julio Jones can be. Matt Ryan, Julio Jones. You have Calvin Ridley. You have the tight end Hayden Hurst, who was just really just underused in Baltimore because of Mark Andrews. And then you have Todd Gurley in your backfield. What more can you ask for if you're Matt Ryan? God, this team, but every year it's always the Falcons are going to be good. And then they just fucking blow it. Every year I've been it's since 2014. I've been high on Matt Ryan. And he never fucking comes through. He finally came through, went to the Super Bowl, fucking blew the lead. So, the Seahawks are going to win this game. For sure. Russell Wilson is he's going to win the MVP this year. Russell Wilson is unbelievable. I know you don't like that because you hate Russell Wilson. But
no, I can respect Russell Wilson. I hate Pete Carroll more than I hate Russell Wilson. Fuck, man.
The Seahawks are going to win this game, but it's going to be a really good game. I mean, good offensive showdown here.
This is going to be a battle of just offense. This is going to be a really offensive heavy. But again, and it's hard to say for football, like who wants it more, because both teams want it really bad. And I don't know if this is just because I don't like the Seahawks, where I just won't pick them, but rationally, I'm looking at the Falcons, and you look at what they have. They have everything they need to win this game, to win multiple games, to get to the playoffs and make a run. For the past few years, their defense has been pretty young. You know, they've been drafting guys, and now I feel like after a few years of drafting these, defensive players, their defense might finally come to shape, because for the past few years, like I said, they've been young on the defensive side of the ball. And when you're a team that has great offense and can put up numbers, the one Achilles heel is a young defense that gives up big plays, that gives up, or doesn't make that easy interception that just falls right in their hands, or, kills the clock and so for the Falcons. And then you look at Todd Gurley. He has something to prove. You look at everybody on that team, quarterbacks, receivers, they all have something to prove.
Mm-hmm.
Because time is ticking. Julio Jones, time is ticking. Matty Ice, time is ticking. So it's interesting to see. The head coach, time is ticking.
No.
It's going to be an interesting game. I got Falcons.
You got the Falcons. Okay. Oh, wait, you're taking the Falcons?
Yes.
The Seahawks.
I got the Falcons winning this game, edging over the Seahawks.
Wow.
Just edging over.
I think the Seahawks are the best team in the NFC. Again.
I don't know about all that.
But, okay. All right. Now, the one downfall for Matt Ryan, and it's absolutely terrible, it's just brutal luck, is that Matt Ryan was the second best quarterback in his division.
Yeah.
Now he's the third.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have the two guys in the next game that we're about to talk about, in Drew Brees and Tom Brady.
Yep.
Bucks Saints. How great is that we get that matchup in week 1? Like, we were so looking forward to, damn, we got to see Brees versus Brady twice a year now. Like, we've never seen Brady play a good quarterback more than once a year.
No kidding.
Now we get to see him play Drew Brees twice a year. I love it. And especially I fucking love it. I can't remember the last time Brady started his season 0-1. I just don't remember. In his last 15 opening games, he's been the favorite.
So you got the Saints.
I'm taking the Saints, yeah. The Saints are the favorite, -3.5. But the Saints are going to fucking just blow them out of the water.
Blow them out of the water.
Blow them out of the water. Blow them out of the water. The Bucks are not good. They're not good.
Whoa.
They're not good.
Whoa. What do you mean they're not good?
They're not good. Bro, Tom Brady.
What don't they have?
A quarterback.
Are you shitting me right now?
Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time.
Yes.
But it's a system, man. It's a fucking system.
Oh, my God. You're on that camp. You're in that bandwagon.
It's a system in New England. Bro, I had fun watching Brady. I love watching Brady win in New England, especially when it was against the Chargers.
Wow.
But it's a system. It's a fucking system, bro.
Yeah, the system that Brady built.
I'm telling you, this system, it's not going to be the same. You're not going to see the Bucks go fucking 16-0.
Wow, I'm not saying that.
11-5, 13-3. They're lucky if they go 8-8.
You're out of your ass.
Bro, I'm telling you, this division is, the division is tough, for one. You got to play Atlanta twice. You got to play Atlanta twice. You got to play New Orleans twice. You got to play Carolina twice. You're guaranteed to lose 1 to every game, to every team.
Yeah. No.
I don't see it. I don't see Brady being successful in Tampa Bay. I don't see it. This is like Joe Montana going to the Chiefs.
Yeah, people.
It's like Kurt Warner when he left Arizona and went to the fucking Cardinals. Yeah, they won the Super Bowl, but not because of him.
But he still won a Super Bowl.
No, they lost.
I mean, he still got to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he got to the Super Bowl. But it's a different story with this Bucs team. The Bucs are trying to be the Patriots. They're not the fucking Patriots. Bruce Arians is not Bill Belichick. I mean, seriously, they went out and signed Gronk. Why? Why do you go out and sign Gronk? You have 2 very capable tight ends in O.J. Howard and Cameron Brate. If I see that and I'm O.J. Howard and Cameron Brate, I take that as a fucking slap in the face, and I go to my GM, I go to my head coach and say, get me the fuck out of here. You want Gronk? There's your fucking Gronk. Take Gronk. Take it.
So you're telling me Cameron Brate and O.J. Howard are future Hall of Famer tight ends?
No. Okay, but what is Gronk? Why did Gronk retire in the first place? This guy hasn't played in a year. I like Gronk, but
you mean he's been resting for a year?
He hasn't played in a year. Why did he retire in the first place? Fucking hurt. Fucking hurt. Fucking hurt. Fucking hurt.
So what do you do when you're hurt?
You fucking retire.
You rest until you're ready to go again.
And then what?
He's ready
5
to
weeks.
go.
And then 5 weeks down the line, what?
You have 2 very capable tight ends, apparently, according to you.
Oh man, I fucking hate it.
I don't know.
I'm glad Brady's out of the AFC because if Brady's in New England, the Pats are the Pats, and the Pats fucking go. They do well. They make the playoffs. They win the division. But now that Brady's gone, and now he's in the NFC South of all divisions. I mean, this is Drew Brees' division, and I mean, the Saints are going to blow them out. I'm telling you right now, they're going. Who's on the Bucs defense? Who?
You're talking about the Bucs defense, who was top 5 in the league last year.
Who?
The Bucs.
The Bucs who gave up 50 points to the Rams?
That was one fucking week.
The Bucs who didn't beat the Saints at all last year?
Look who their quarterback was. He was fucking blind.
Oh, you're just going to find excuse after excuse.
He was blind. Talk about he had to get fucking laser eye surgery. You're telling me you go fucking your whole season and you can't see?
Winston threw 50 touchdowns.
He even said
Winston threw 50 touchdowns.
Winston even said, like, holy shit, I couldn't even see the fucking numbers. I couldn't even see who was on my team. Why do you think he threw all the picks? Because he couldn't see. Now you have a quarterback who can at least see.
I don't know, can you? Fucking old.
That's bare minimum. If you're my quarterback, I need you to see. That's bare minimum. I need you to have some type of vision and be able to notice who's on your team and who's not. And when your quarterback comes out and admits that, that is the most hilarious thing I've ever heard in my life.
I'm going to end this debate, this conversation on this here, okay? There's one thing you can never beat. That's Father Time.
And Drew Brees
Father Time
is knocking on Drew Brees' door.
It's knocking on Tom Brady's door. Saying, hey, look, buddy, your time's up.
Drew Brees is right in the same boat.
No, Drew Brees is owed a fucking Super Bowl.
What are you talking about?
Drew Brees got cheated out of a Super Bowl.
Oh, that's tough shit.
No, tough shit.
Tough shit.
Bro, the penalty was fucking oblivious.
Hey, well, I wasn't the one who didn't call or called the play.
Drew Brees is sticking around because of that. Because of that. Not only that, but I mean, dude, the Saints are a better team. They're a better team than the Buccaneers are. They are. By a lot. I put the Saints
wouldn't say
up
by a
here.
lot.
I put the Saints up here, and then I put the Falcons and the Buccaneers right here.
You're out of your ass.
And then I put the Panthers right here.
You're really
Tom Brady, bro. He's not going to do well. He might do okay, but he's not going to be the fucking Brady that he was in New England.
I got the Bucs winning the game. I got the Bucs winning.
You're taking the Bucs to win?
I'm taking the Bucs to win this game to shut everybody's mouth, just like it. Dude, their defense is very underrated. Their defense is very, very underrated. Drew Brees is just as old as Tom Brady. Father Time is right next to him, just like Tom Brady.
No, Brady's 1 year older.
Okay, but they're not. He's knocking. Who's going to open the door first for Father Time? Because he's knocking on both of them. Or whose door is he going to bust through first? I'm taking the Bucs, and I'm not riding on the Bucs bandwagon saying, "Oh, they're going to win the Super Bowl." They're going to. I think they're going to split this series. They're going to win one of them. And why not the why not the first game of the season? I think the tough part about this too is you have plenty of film on Drew Brees and the Saints. You don't have much film on Tom Brady and this Bucs team. You have film of Jameis Winston, who was fucking blind throwing the football, but you don't have film on this team. So they might catch the Saints off guard on this one. And then the next one.
You want film? 5-yard slant. 5-yard slant. 5-yard slant. Corner route to Gronk. 5-yard slant. Corner route to Gronk. 5-yard slant. One deep ball. Bro, that's all Brady can do.
You don't know.
He can't fucking move. He's not going to run. He's not going to run a fucking option.
You never know.
Contain Brady, you win the game.
It's going to be an interesting game.
Out of the pocket. No, it's not.
It's going to be an interesting game. Anyways, just to move on, because we forgot the 10 o'clock game, the most important 10 o'clock game, Packers-Vikings. Easy for me. This is, I wouldn't want to say no-brainer, because the Vikings are the Vikings. They have a great defense, but I'm going to be homer here.
They did lose Everson Griffin. They did lose Linval Joseph.
But I'm going to stick and be a homer. But they did get the guy from the Jaguars in
Ngakoue.
Yeah. Yes. So I got the Packers. I don't know if you heard Aaron Rodgers say that he's never felt this good since 2011 or something like that, just because he's coming into the season.
They won a Super Bowl. How ironic.
He said this is the same. This is how he feels. Or he hasn't felt like this going into week one, where it's like he has no soreness in his arm because of the overuse. They're really taking care of his arm. They're really taking care of the reps because they know it's Aaron Rodgers. They don't need to overuse him in practice. So it's going to be interesting to see how the second year with this head coach, how it goes with all of his weapons. Well, not really all of his weapons. He doesn't have like a crazy amount of weapons, but just to see how this offense comes about after the second season. So I got Packers.
Okay. I took the Packers also. Again, I like Kirk Cousins. The Vikings are good, but losing Linval Joseph in that center of that defense, losing Everson Griffin on the edge. Yeah, you get Ngakoue. What is it? Ngakoue. You get Ngakoue. But, I mean, again, on offense, you lose Stephon Diggs. So it's Thielen and Cook.
Uh-huh.
Thielen and Cook. Two guys to stop. I just think the Vikings are not as good as they used to be with Diggs.
That was a legit combo, dude.
Yeah, Thielen and Diggs. It's just who are you going to throw it to?
You can't recreate that.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, that was a tough decision to make, and they pulled the trigger on that.
So I'm going with the Packers as well.
I like it. So now we covered the other 1 o'clock game with the Bucs and Saints.
You missed one 10 o'clock game.
No, that's what I would say. We covered the Bucs and Saints 1 o'clock game, but we got 49ers and Cardinals.
You missed one more 10 o'clock game.
Oh, which one?
The Chargers and the Bengals, bro.
Chargers play at 1.
Oh,
bro.
10.
Oh, how do you not know this guy all in fucking baby?
At 1 o'clock
This guy all in baby blue, powder blue. He doesn't even know what time his fucking team starts. This guy has no idea when his fucking team starts.
I could have sworn it was 10 o'clock. All fucking. It's because it's the first one.
Because you have that as your favorite team, so it shows like.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. So.
We're in Cincinnati. Oh, whatever. Fuck it.
49ers versus.
We got a night game. Jeez.
49ers versus Cardinals. Who do you got? 49ers, Cardinals.
Niners.
Easy, just like that.
Yeah, they're the second best team in the NFC.
I got the 49ers, but it's going to be close. This isn't a blowout.
I forget you're a Kyler Murray bandwagon guy.
No. Oh, yeah, totally. Kyler Murray. Quarterbacks who just supposedly are quarterbacks just because they run and throw the football occasionally. But no, I got the Cardinals. I mean, I got the 49ers. Okay, now Chargers and Bengals.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of scared. Just because I don't know what we're going to see from Joe Burrow. Are we going to see the LSU Burrow that just fucking lights the world up, or are we going to see a scared rookie in Burrow? I mean, Burrow's a fifth-year guy, so I don't know what we're going to see. I don't know. I mean, I think we can beat them. They should. The Chargers should win this game. They're favored to win this game. They should win this game. I mean, their defense matches up well. You got Casey Hayward on AJ Green. You have Tyler Boyd and Chris Harris Jr. matched up well. I mean, you're obviously missing a big key in Derwin James, but I think they can take care of that. You fix your interior run defense with Linval Joseph. The Chargers should not lose this game. But, again, I don't know what we're going to see from Burrow, and I don't know what we're going to see from Tyrod Taylor or Tyrod Taylor. I don't know what's going to happen. I need to see them. I haven't seen any preseason action. From what Hard Knocks shows me, the Chargers are going fucking 16-0. But it's not happening.
That's for every Hard Knocks, bro.
I need to see
16-0.
something. I need to see something out of Tyrod. I need to see something out of Burrow before I can tell you who's going to win this game. Now, I'm going to pick the Chargers just because I'm a big Charger fan and literally big Charger fan. But
figuratively and literally.
I'm going to pick the Chargers because I think their defense is better than the Bengals defense. I think their defense is better than the Bengals offense. So I think they kind of slow Burrow down. I can't wait for Joey Bosa to christen Joe Burrow and welcome him to the league.
And then Ingram to follow.
Yes, and then Ingram to follow. And maybe Linval Joseph gets in there and gets one too.
And then one of these corners is going to say, welcome to the NFL and pick him.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, the fucking Jack Boys, baby.
The Jack Boys, guys.
Jack Boys.
They're back.
I like the Chargers.
Yeah, I got the Chargers as well. It's hard for a rookie quarterback just to come in and take the league by storm. No preseason. I was going to say, take the league by storm with no preseason. You know, it's an odd year, you know, especially I feel bad for rookies in general. All rookies, whether it's a quarterback, a running back, a receiver, a corner, a DN, a lineman. I feel bad for the rookies because they're kind of starting. They're not on the same starting block week one because those 4 weeks, they're getting tons of reps. They're getting work. They're getting to see and getting to hear the same sounds that they're supposed to be hearing in a live game with crowds and with this and that. Now it's a little different. They're going to be pumping in crowd noise. They're going to have crowd noise with fans as well, or some teams might have some some fans. So, it should be interesting. But for this game, Chargers are going to win this game.
Let me remind you really quick. The best team in football when it comes to playing without fans, right here. Right here.
Home field advantage all the time.
So now it's like this is nothing new for us.
Oh, it's dead silent. Oh,
it's great. Let's fucking do this.
Well, according to Melvin Gordon, you know, that's what he mentioned.
Melvin Gordon, he can fucking. I hope he fucking breaks his fucking leg.
All right. So Sunday night game. Of course, they have to be Sunday night. The America's team has to be Sunday Night Football. Cowboys and Rams. You know, the LA team, even though they're not they don't have that many fans here in LA. You got the Cowboys and Rams. Both teams coming in with their own storylines, with one having a new head coach, the other, you know, moving away from Todd Gurley and moving away from Brandon Cooks and re-signing their cornerback for $100 and something million. You know, this is going to be an interesting game, just like all the rest. And I'm still debating on who I think is going to win this game.
You're still debating on who wins it?
I'm a little 50-50 on this because, you know, you look at last year in the Rams and how they struggled. You look at the Cowboys and how they underachieved. And now they have a new head coach and McCarthy, who I know is going to freaking turn that team around. I'm leaning on the Cowboys just because the pure fact is that they're coming off a year, yes, where they went 8-8, but they had a freaking amazing offense last year. And the top off, they have the names, they have the talent on defense to stop the run.
And you drafted heavy Cowboy in your fantasy team.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
I like the Cowboys to win this game. Although I will say McVay is 3-0 in season openers as a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
I still like the Cowboys to win this game. I think they're the better team. I think Dak Prescott, he's out to prove something. You know, it's a contract year for him. He's playing on a franchise tag, so he's got a lot to prove. I know Elliott. He got paid. He did well last year. He's going to do the same thing this year. Elliott's sure bet. But I think the Cowboy defense is really underrated. I think they're a top 5 defense in the NFC. So I like the Cowboys to win this game, not because of their offense, but because of their defense. Yeah. And again, I mean, the Cowboys are going to struggle offensively throwing the ball because you have Jalen Ramsey who's going to cover Amari Cooper. So who do the Cowboys throw the ball to? I mean,
CeeDee Lamb.
Do you see CeeDee Lamb breaking out in his first game as a pro? Maybe.
I do.
Do you see Michael Gallup stepping up? Do you see their tight end? What the fuck's their tight end's name? Starts with a W. The Cowboys tight end. I can't remember his name.
I'm pulling it up right now.
Okay.
Anyways, you were saying?
Do you see him, you know, going out and stepping up? I mean, because they can throw the ball to Elliott and he can do work.
Well, they got Jarwin.
That's Blake Jarwin. That's all I was thinking. The W. But yeah, do you see Jarwin? Do you see CeeDee Lamb? Do you see Michael Gallup stepping up on offense, or do you just see Ezekiel Elliott just eating?
Well, I think you're going to see a mixture of both. I think this is an offense that's very balanced. You look at their weapons on the outside, and you look at what they have on defense. There's just so many ways that they could beat you. They especially on offense, they could beat you with the run. They could beat you throwing the ball. Dak is coming off a year where he didn't get his contract. He's wanting to get a deal done, so now he has another prove-it year. With a new coach, with a new system, and the whole situation of just having these young guys that they've had on defense for the past few years. It's kind of similar with the Falcons, where they've had these younger guys who, unlike the Falcons, who haven't really succeeded. You look at the Cowboys and the young defensive players that they've been able to acquire. They've had early success, some struggling at times, you know, have stretches where they don't pull off plays or don't get tackles or don't, you know, do what they're supposed to on defense. But you look at their defense, there's talent all over the place. Mm-hmm. They're going to rush the ball. They're going to get to the quarterback. They're going to stop the run. They're going to do a lot of different things that other organizations have holes in. And this defense, yes, a lot of people are talking about their offense and how beautiful it looks and how these weapons are and how they're coming off, you know, best freaking numbers of the year last year. Their defense, I think, is what's going to help them win games this year, and it's going to push them past 8-8, because I honestly think McCarthy is going to be having his hands in everything. Whereas last year, you look at their head coach, he was really an offensive guy who didn't Mr. Clapp, who didn't really dabble so much on the defensive end. He trusts his coordinators, which is good. You're supposed to trust your coordinators. But as a coach, you need to be involved in everything. You need to be, if you want to say, this is my team, I'm the head coach of a team, I am going to be dabbling on the defense. I'm going to be dabbling on the offense, the special teams. I want my fucking hands in everything. And that's what McCarthy's going to do. His hands are going to be everywhere. Despite what he says, he could say, I'm trusting my defense. Fuck no. His hands and his eyes are going to be hovering all over the fucking place because he knows that when it's 8-8 for the fucking Cowboys, people want your job to be gone. And this year, that's not going to happen. I think the Cowboys are going to come out strong. They're going to have a, early success in the season. So I think they're going to go far, way better than 8-8 last year. So I got Cowboys winning this one.
Okay. Like I said, I have the Cowboys also.
Last two games before we go
the Monday night doubleheader. We absolutely love it, right?
I love it. I enjoy it. I always enjoy a double night Monday or a doubleheader for Monday night. Let's go Steelers Giants first. Since that's the first. Since that's the first.
I got to stretch. Sorry.
Since it's Steelers Giants, Big Ben is back.
He's back.
Big Ben is back after Tommy John. It's weird to see it. It's weird. I'm glad to see him back. I always enjoy watching Big Ben play.
Definitely. I like
against the Giants in this game. And Daniel Dimes.
I like the Steelers in this game. Don't call him that.
Daniel Dimes.
Don't call him that. I like the Steelers in this game. Their defense is fucking great. Adding Minka Fitzpatrick last year was the greatest thing they could have ever done.
It's so crazy how one guy changes everything.
It's unbelievable.
The same thing for the Chiefs when they were able to get the Honey Badger. Yeah. Same thing happened with Fitzpatrick.
Yeah. So I like the Steelers in this game. I think Ben revitalizes his career, and I mean he's already got 2 Super Bowls, but I think he revitalizes his career and comes back, and he's gonna be the Ben that we know, the Ben that we love. He's gonna get Juju involved. He's going to get Connor involved. My fantasy sleeper, Benny Snell, because James Conner is going to get hurt. Benny Snell, he's going to get him involved. So I like the Steelers.
Yeah, I got the Steelers in this game. No way the Steelers are going to let Big Ben lose this game coming back. He means so much to the Steelers. He's such a big part of the organization. The biggest Steeler you can think of right now. And last year, that's all they needed. They were a quarterback away from really making teams worry. They were a quarterback away. Their defense was on fire, dude. Defense was on fire, getting picks after picks, turnovers, everything. They were a quarterback away. And you look at Juju, his numbers were suffering because of it. Now you got Big Ben who's coming back, and Juju's going to get those touches, are going to get those looks now. So look out for the Steelers. That's what I'm saying. Look out for the Steelers because they're hungry. I know Big Ben's hungry. I know the whole Steelers, like Tomlin's hungry. They wanted it last year. So I got the Steelers in this one. Titans Broncos to end week 1. Who you got?
If you would have asked me this question on Monday, I probably would have said the Broncos.
Interesting.
But now, I got to go with the Titans. The Broncos lost their best defensive player this week for the season, and Von Miller. Done.
What was it, Achilles?
Probably. They said ankle. Pretty sure it was Achilles. He posted a picture of Kobe. He's like, what would Kobe do? That's exactly what I'm going to do. And he had Kobe grabbing his Achilles. So I'm pretty sure it was the Achilles. And then today in practice, the Broncos lost Cortland Sutton. They don't know how long he's going to be out, but he is out with a shoulder injury.
Brutal.
So Denver's out, their best offensive player, and now their best defensive player. So I got to go with Tennessee. And I'm not sold on Drew Lock.
I'm the same way. A lot of people
they're high on him.
They're drooling all over him.
He's not. I don't know. He hasn't proved himself. So, we'll see. They claim to have a 2-headed monster in Melvin Gordon and Phillip Lindsay. We'll see how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
But I like Tennessee to win this game. I think they're just going to feed Derrick Henry. They're going to get A.J. Brown involved. Ryan Tannehill, again, another $100 million quarterback, another $100 million contract for fucking Ryan Tannehill. It's his second one in his career. He's got two $100 million contracts. Hey, unbelievable.
He's a smart businessman.
Unbelievable. And he was fucking the wide receiver in college.
Hey, unreal. Smart businessman.
Unreal. So I gotta go with I like Tannehill. So I'm gonna go with Tennessee.
I'm on the same boat, dude. When you lose your best defensive player, your best offensive player, you have a quarter. Morale? You have your quarterback who, their morale is low after the defense down.
You lost Vaughn. It's like
fuck. And then you look at last year. They lost Chubb last year.
They lost Chubb.
So now they have this guy who's down. Like they just can't have both of them on the field at the same time.
Yeah.
Because when they are on the field at the same time, it's ridiculous. Cool. And then the offense might try to pick them up and say, "No, we got you guys. We got." Then their best offensive player goes. A head coach can only lie so much, right? You can only be like, "It's all right, guys. We're gonna next man up." But you can only say that for so many times. So Broncos are screwed just right off the gate. And then now you try to rely and help your. How do you help a rookie quarterback or not a rookie quarterback? How do you help a young quarterback play good defense? I really can't do that anymore.
You can't.
How do you help him? How do you help him another way? Get some good weapons around him. Well, now his number one weapon. So now his play is going to go down. So Titans are coming off a good playoff run. I'm pretty sure that they're not just forgetting all about what they did in the playoffs. They're trying to build off of that and go from there. So Titans are looking good to win this game and to go off on a good run. All right, Tugboat. Time for our bets.
It's about that time, baby. I'm up this week too.
So you said that you found our bets from last year.
I did. So I found our record from last year. So last year we did it from week 1 to week 9. And
didn't make it all the way.
Yeah, didn't make it all the way through.
This year
I went 14-9. So not terrible. Chris was 9-15.
Don't remind me.
I'm sorry, I'm 14-10, my bad. 14-10. You were 9-15. There you go. That's better.
Yeah. Yeah, don't remind me. Jesus. It's a new year though.
New year.
New
more
record.
Experience. Your new record. Let's wipe the slate clean and let's get after it.
Exactly. So, we're 0-0. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, hot corner bets. Here we go. The reigning champ will go first.
Week 1.
The reigning champ will go first. Hey, so we're gonna do this all year. We gotta make a wager ourselves here.
We tried last year, but we didn't finish.
What is the person with the best record at the end of the season? What do they get?
I don't know. It's a good one. Maybe we can put it on the Instagram or something.
Yeah, let's do that. You got to pay my debt, my gambling debt. For 1 week.
Excuse me. You rack up a way bigger debt than I do. No thanks. Fuck that. Fuck that.
No, so we'll put it on Instagram and see what we can come up with. Let people give you guys ideas. That little thing where they can answer you.
Yeah.
And give us some ideas on what we can bet. And we'll decide later. But for the bets, let's get right into it. I'm gonna
put it up on the screen right now.
Oh shit, that's right. You got this fancy thing now. I don't even have to tell you anymore.
You just be quiet. All right, so go for it, bro.
So these are my bets. I have Seattle -2.5. I think they cover against Atlanta. They're gonna win the game. It's gonna be a close game, but I think they cover. They win by 3 points or more. Buffalo at the Jets. I think they blow out the Jets, so they cover the 6.5. Hammer them. And then Indianapolis facing the worst team in all of football. Phillip Rivers, first game with a new team. Hammer the Colts. Hammer all 3 of these bets because they're all going to hit. Parlay them, round robin, do it all.
I was going to say, maybe 2 separate parlays, your parlay, my parlay, and then round robin, all 6 of them.
All 6 of them.
Because that would
You would have pretty penny right there.
Right. You would have to at least get 2 right. I would have to at least get 1 or 2 right. Like at least the round robin will kind of pay off at least.
Yeah, round robin, 5 of 4.
So just to go off again, you got Seahawks.
Seahawks minus 2.5, Bills minus 6.5, and the Colts minus 8.
There you go. So for mine,
and if you do happen to catch this before the game starts, take the Texans plus 9.5. Hammer it.
Nice. So for mine, I have Eagles minus 5.5. They're playing Washington. It's good. I personally think they're just going to be able to run up the score. They're probably going to win by 10, 14 points, easily over the 5.5. Then you got Raiders and Panthers. This is going to be the close one. This is the one where, Tugboat has the Panthers winning this one. I feel like there's too many new pieces involved, too many new things going on for Carolina, whereas the Raiders have things situated, stabilized, and it's kind of weird to say that the Raiders have things situated. So you go and you look at that team.
Got my boy right there?
Oh, yeah. So you got the Raiders.
Get him over here, dude.
I got the Raiders. And then the last one, he's walking away. You got the last one. You got Patriots minus 6.5. Like we mentioned, there's something about Cam Newton, right? Something about Cam Newton.
Always something about him.
When he shines, when the eyes are on him, something's always going to pay off. So I got him.
So Eagles minus 5.5, Raiders minus 3, Patriots minus 6.5. All right.
Yes, sir.
Solid bets. So hey, first week, get after it, man. I'm just so excited for Sunday. I mean, yeah, today's cool. We got one game, but Sunday, I'm gonna sit my ass on my couch or in my garage, 3 TVs out, just do nothing but drink and watch football.
I'm gonna pull yours up right there so you can see it again. Tugs has Seahawks, Bills, Colts, and man, like I said, I'm just excited to get this going, dude. I'm pumped.
Pumped. Yes, pumped is an understatement.
So hopefully you guys go and do our bets, or hopefully our bets pay off, because if you play some and you win, that means we win as well, because I sure as hell need a fucking win. I was dry. I was a little dry this week. But other than that, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And tune in next time. And go Packers.
Go Chargers.
Go Chargers.
Bolt up.
And we'll see we'll see who starts off better after week 1.
Yes, definitely will.
All right. See you guys later.
Later.